but let me be one of your bad clients here.
Okay.
So then you see, I put in all the content and nobody liking it. How I convert in that?
Okay. So, when nobody liking it, let's see why and how long was the content out for. So, if the content was
Over
out
a month.
for a month, well, then something wrong because it certainly wasn't dealing with me. So, I'll come in and try and help fix this.
Right. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Data InSites on the Go, where we share brand stories, data-driven conversations, and many more in the corporate communications and marketing. I am Joel Moniquette, Sales and Marketing Manager here at Media InSite.
And my name is Jolene John, Marketing Coordinator.
Today, we'll have a special guest where we welcome in LaShawn Ramdin, who's the president of the Public Relations of Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the CEO and founder of her organization, Ramdin Digital Consultancy. Welcome, LaShawn.
Welcome.
Hi, welcome. Thanks for having me here.
No problem. It's a pleasure. You know, we're going to switch you up today, right? We have two hats to wear.
Exactly.
Oh boy. Nice.
We have the communication side, where you explore the role at Pratt, as well as your baby, which is the digital marketing.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I am currently serving my second term as the president of the Public Relations Association of Trinidad and Tobago, which is, we're going to just shorten that to Pratt moving forward. Quite a mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
And in that role, I've been there, I can't remember the year, but it was last year before. 2022, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Now, Pratt has been in existence for about 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And it passed through a lot of seasoned PR and communications professionals. Some of them I'm very happy to call colleagues and friends. We are, right now, we're really trying to find our stride in terms of encouraging young PR and comms professionals to join the organization because we need to have basically an overarching body for them to, especially when you leave the, UE.
Yeah.
As with anything, you get a degree, but you don't really know how the world of that industry works.
Yeah. Things are changing.
Exactly. So we really want to encourage them to reach out to us, to join. We have a specific tier of membership for past students and current students to be able to get mentorship from PR and comms professionals. We have a strong membership, and we are always trying to ensure that these up-and-coming PR pros are well equipped to handle all the various things that industry is going to throw at them.
Wonderful.
Most definitely.
And then your role in terms of digital marketing, I know that is your strong point.
Yes.
And it's strange to know that, you have the background of communications and you also have the strong point of digital marketing. This is not the norm with someone. So, you are able to navigate the two. Tell us a little bit more about that.
All right. So, funny story. When I was doing my first degree in computer science, we had to do one of the electives was communications. And I was like, why? I go in and be with computers for the rest of my life. Why I need to know about communications for?
Right.
Well, thank God. Right? I absolutely do adore, I love data.
Yeah.
Right? I believe that is the foundation for anything that you're doing digitally. You have to understand, and I mean, you guys should know
You're
that.
speaking our language.
Yeah. Right? You have to understand where audience coming from, what it is their interests, how it is you're going to associate and encourage them to either come to your website, download your app, listen to your podcast.
Correct.
All those
Know the
data
type of
points.
audience that is actually listening to you.
Exactly. Instead of just doing the, okay, yeah. we need the data.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of my my loves. My love is definitely digital marketing, and I want to put it out there. Digital marketing is not social media only.
That's true.
Let us explore a little bit about the tools. So, in terms of using that digital marketing, what would you suggest in terms of what is hitting the mark right now?
I would say you have to incorporate a bunch of different tools in digital marketing. For traditional, now, while I'm mentioning traditional digital marketing, because we are talking from a Caribbean perspective, right? Traditional media isn't dead. It is, it kind of filtering away ever so slowly.
I'm glad you said that, because
dead.
when we had Alison on, she definitely confirmed that for us. And radio is king right now.
Exactly.
Yes. So while I absolutely do love digital, we have to always think about the 360 component of any of our marketing or communications stuff that we are doing. So traditional isn't dead. You have to look at radio, a radio touch point. You could even look at newspaper touch points, interview touch points, because when it is something happening, like you have a big event and such, what people reaching for, the person, the promoter, whoever, they're trying to go on a morning show.
Correct.
That is traditional.
Correct. Exactly.
Right? In terms of letting people know about it. And after you set up that touch point, then you go to your digital touch points, where it might be your website, you're creating your landing page, you go to your social media, your content marketing, your email marketing, all those things, they come together cohesively to ensure that you giving the people the right way and meeting them at the moment that they are on. Because when I'm driving down the road, heading to work or heading to wherever, and I'm looking at social media, I'm going and run into a wall. So I'll be listening to radio. Right? And that is where the traditional comes in that aspect. So definitely. Other tools that we're looking at, Media InSites. How am I supposed to get data for traditional? So I would tap into, and I do encourage clients to, hey, if you have a digital aspect, reach out to the guys at Media InSites. Shameless plug for you.
Love it.
But definitely I do, because I believe in it. I see how well the data works in that regard.
Right.
And as we mentioned, Media InSites, Data InSites, how would you identify the techniques for handling PR crisis in this fast-paced world?
So your data is able to, I was not going to say manipulate, but I would say it's able to tell me what is happening, social listening. And that is one of your strong points, I believe. I do love it. So you're able, your data platform is able to let clients know, or whoever, who is saying what about your brand when and where. That is important, right? So I'm having a crisis. I need to know what is happening on the traditional side of it. What is the conversations happening there? Because I could always have, my team monitor social media, but my team cannot monitor digital, traditional, looking at new trends in terms of the platforms that you'll use, where it is I should be in this crisis, what should I be saying, in terms of what is it that the public is hearing, and how can I answer that effectively.
Exactly.
So I believe that, Media InSites, that information is gold.
And what we could say, I could just add to that, when you have these type of instances like a crisis, you have your team scrambling all over. They're looking at the traditional, they're looking at the digital, they know they all. But then what Media InSite does, it brings all that information into one platform.
Absolutely.
So that your team is now focused on there, and they could just go through, see what they have to attack and really respond to, that will have their public domain at ease.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
And talking about the crisis management, any industry, any sector, either public, private, you cannot run away from some type of controversy or something of that sort. So how you think they should manage it on digital space?
For the public sector, I would say focus on transparency. Right? Try not to hide stuff. I mean, for both, yes, but definitely for public, because public is governmental.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for the public to feel that the government hiding something. So be transparent, be engaging. You know, yes, you are providing a service, but you also have to think about it in the terms of these are taxpayers and they love to throw that out there. I pay my tax money, right? So you want to be transparent with them. You want to be engaging with them. You want to make sure that they understand what are the services that you are putting out there for them. And for the private sector, you want to focus on your brand loyalty, definitely, because if it is that people don't trust your brand, they're not going to purchase your product, right?
That's true.
So you need to, for the private sector, focus on brand loyalty, share the information that is relevant to the service and the product that you are selling. Focus on those things. Try and do, as my grandmother say, don't drive way too much into stuff that is not relevant. And another big thing for private sector, customer service.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to focus on your customer service with your communications. So, however it is the customer service touch points for you. Is it via inboxes on your Facebook page or your IG? Is it that you have a chatbot on your website? Somebody needs to be manning those things so that when queries come in, people know that they are being heard and you are taking them seriously. Even if you're telling them, we don't necessarily have the answer, or we don't deal, because sometimes people, we all use social media and we manage the back end of pages.
Yeah.
And it have the just the standard things, and somebody might accidentally click on, can I see a menu? I'm not a restaurant, but you don't want to say it that way. You say, hey, currently, these are our services, and you drop the link of what it is you have there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking you back into your marketing aspect. So there are many clients that you may come about. There are clients that come to you and say, I want more likes, or I want to get this product sold right away. So, what are the strategies that you take when you have these type of clients coming towards you?
All right. So for the clients that likes, I would definitely tell them, I ask questions.
Yeah.
How are these likes going to translate to sales for you?
Yeah.
Correct.
Because one of the aspects, or one of the major aspects of any business, is to earn revenue. So how do likes translate into that for you? Can I answer? Then, well, we won't be focusing on likes.
Yeah.
What we will be focusing on is conversions. And I would explain to them what conversions entail, because that is where it is you're going to get the revenue.
Yeah.
Right? So,
But let me be one of your bad clients.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they see, I put in all the content and nobody liking it. How I converting that?
okay. So when nobody liking it, let's see why and how long was the content out for. So if the content was
Over
out
a month.
for a month, well, then something wrong, because it certainly wasn't dealing with me. So I'll come in and try and help fix this.
Right.
Definitely, because it's digital. We need to be looking at, is the graphic or video or whatever piece of content, is that resonating with your audience? If
Correct.
nobody liking it, then we need to switch it.
Yeah.
Right? Is it that you just put it up without a caption that actually ties into everything? Do you want them to go to your website but you ain't put in the link?
Yeah. Or probably we even targeting the wrong target audience in the
Yeah.
back end.
Could be.
So there are many different ways that, we could really navigate that.
Yes.
All right, just a little advice you would give individuals or businesses that are wanting to leverage that type of tool in terms of making their marketing team go a little further. How would you do that?
All right. So if you, I would say you have to have a strong website. I'm an advocate for that.
Right.
We using the social media platforms. They are what I like to call rented property. They aren't ours.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right? So we using it and be very grateful. Thank you, Mark. But they aren't ours. So we need to have a place that our audience, our desired audience, can engage with us. Because say, for instance, it have an outage.
Which happens.
Yeah.
Which happens.
Or a hack.
What you going to do? You're going to just twiddle your thumbs and wait?
Correct.
Because no digital marketer could help you.
Yeah.
Everybody, pack up and let me go by the beach because nothing happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have a website, people can still reach out to you,
Yeah.
right? So definitely have a strong website.
Yeah.
Look at your SEO optimization. What are the keywords you're using for your business? Talk to your communications team. See what it is that they are putting out and how you can pull keywords from there that is going to be, again, cohesive with what it is that you are trying or who you're trying to, engage. Email marketing. That's a good thing. I don't even understand why people thought that was going away. I mean, those spam people.
Yeah.
But email marketing is pretty strong.
Yeah.
And you can get a pretty decent turnover if you do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're doing email marketing, some persons might not look at your content and they end up going into a bucket where you can't send them stuff anymore. What do you do in that instance, but you still want to reach those people?
Okay, so we could actually look at creating not even a newsletter, just a flyer. Hey,
Right.
I realize that we lost you. Can you tell us why? And give 3 questions in that little flyer for a survey for them to tell you why.
Okay.
Because you don't understand why. And when they tell you, was it you was getting too much emails from us?
Yeah.
Was the content not relevant to you?
Yeah.
Or you just try it out and wanted to see
Correct.
what it was about.
At
And
that point, you actually know
Yeah. At
where you're going to where they
Exactly.
stand. Yeah.
Exactly. So now you can try and re-engage them with some new content. You could actually segment your audience into people that they just want you to get to the point, people who like the newsletter, and people who I could watch a little 30-second video and be good. And segment your audience and send them the content that's relevant to them that they would engage with.
Yeah. So, LaShawn, can you share a memorable experience in both your PR field and digital marketing?
Yes, I'm going to take you back to 2021.
Okay.
We did a campaign on behalf of WHO and PAHO, and it was around wellness benches.
Yeah.
Now, we only did 3 benches. That was all they could do. But it was actually a physical campaign and a digital campaign at the same time, and if you know the mental health space, it's somewhat tricky. It have certain words you can't use or shouldn't use, I should say. And it was around the time, I believe it was the 16th of May. Yes, 16th of May is Mental Health Awareness Day, and where people wear green. A couple of years ago, Ministry of Health had a whole paint the town green, and they wrapped the trees on the promenade with green and that kind of stuff. So we piggybacked off of that and painted 3 benches green. So one was at UE, still there. One is in Mount Hope Hospital. Where did those benches go? Oh, right, Nallis. In Nallis, it have a whole wellness corner in the adolescent library. The whole area green, a really big mural, gorgeous work. partnered with Mindwise, an NGO that deals with mental health issues, and their Find Care TT platform and website. What I found was very memorable about it is that, of course, at the time, we kind of coming down to the tail end of COVID, everybody's still masking up and stuff, but the people at WHO and PAHO were so believed in it.
Yeah.
The CEO there came down and was involved in the campaign. She was really very, available in terms of me, even helping me in terms of what is the language, because I know what I know and I know what I do not know.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. And I depend on the client. And this is one thing I want people to take away from this. You know what it is you want, and your digital marketer or your social media manager, they know how to handle that aspect. We need you to collaborate with us in terms of the language for the specific functionality of your service or product. And that is what makes your campaign shine.
That's true.
So Doc was able to, basically help me with the wording. So I write it up, I give it to her, and she's like, okay, this is how we writing this up and putting it together. And that campaign went really well. The benches are still there. The wellness corner is still there. In fact, Minister of Health was at the launch of the wellness corner. It had a bunch of teenagers there, and it just blossomed into something really good, where they were able to tell their stories about, adolescent mental health awareness. And I realized that, hey, I actually do like this space. And it actually blossomed into more business, which is a good thing.
Great. That's great, yeah.
But also, my daughter and some of her friends who don't really pay attention to anything I do, when they saw the bench in UE, they were like, hey, I see your bench. It's real cool. It's nice. We take pictures. I was like, lovely. Because the whole aspect of that campaign was do your share. And that spot was a safe space for people to share their stories. I really like that campaign.
That's nice.
That was nice.
And what are some common misconceptions you would see in PR and digital marketing, or what people have?
Well, PR, I think they just think it means press release. Because I think everybody who know a PR person, they'll be like, oh, even within organizations, they figure the role of the PR person is to write press releases. No. The role of a PR person is to engage your audience with accurate information about your business. PR, public relations.
I feel like you have to put that on a label and stamp it all over.
I'm going to write it on the side of my car. Right? And for digital marketing, I think when anybody hears digital marketing, the first thing they say, oh, yes, do social media. I'm like, one of the aspects. Digital marketing just simply is the use of various digital tools, whether it's website, apps, social media, email marketing, SEO, content, to amplify and sell or help you sell your product or service.
Correct. Right. Or get the feedback from your audience, because that is what actually makes us know what to sell.
What to sell, who to. I mean, it have some people, they already know, they think they know what to sell. I like making coconut ice cream. Everybody want coconut ice cream. That's it. Sell it for me. That's it. So then I had to sprinkle some fairy dust and say, okay, you can find all the coconut ice cream lovers. It might be within a certain age group, so I'll just send the ads there.
But that's a good point you're saying, because it takes me to my next question. It was definitely the art of storytelling in digital marketing. Because, you're selling, you want people to buy the ice cream. They're probably not a coconut lover. But if you are convincing enough, I could want to eat coconut ice cream every day.
Yes. It's the visuals, it's the emotive storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, can you remember back in the day churning that coconut ice cream with Granny in the porch? We could take you back there with LaShawn's coconut ice cream.
So you see, that takes it. So what do you think the value of brands using art of storytelling now will help them leverage it?
That is actually, storytelling is basically what marketing has been forever,
Yeah.
right? Think about Coca-Cola ads.
Yeah.
They're not selling Coke. They were selling an emotion,
Yeah.
right? Everybody looking for the name and never find my name. Looking for the name
Yes, I
on a
remember that.
bottle, right? That is storytelling at one of its best moments.
Yeah.
Right? So storytelling has always been, is how it is now that we weave in the digital aspect to
Yeah.
the storytelling.
What about Carib's Christmas ad? You know,
Yes.
it evoked emotions. It really made you feel like I want to watch it over and over.
Exactly. At no time during that ad, you hear them say, buy a six-pack.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
Right? It was never a hard sell. It was
Yeah.
always the emotion. Even as you brought up Carib, they also, at the height of the pandemic, when it had the viral video that they did with DJ Khaled,
Yeah.
Yeah.
at no time
Correct.
the mention of the actual product
Product.
was in there.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that is all the art of storytelling. It kind of weave together the entire Caribbean because you've seen everybody flag. In fact, you've seen in the comments people saying, I ain't seen my flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It was the emotion, and that is what good storytelling does, and that is that's an important part of marketing.
Yeah.
So sometimes it annoys me when you're trying to create this really nice emotive story and visuals for a client, and they're saying, I think you should mention the pen here.
Yeah. Where's the call to
Where the
action?
pen? And where the call to action? I'm like, horse. No. Let me do what I do best.
Yeah. At some point, you have to let them evoke the emotion,
Yes.
Yeah.
make the connection to the organization. Then you could bring back
Yes.
in that. Yeah.
Yes.
What are some upcoming trends in PR and digital marketing that you're excited about?
Definitely social commerce.
Yeah.
Right? Social commerce, just a little definition there, is basically using social media platforms to encourage people to purchase online, right? So think about your IG page that have the learn more or buy
Yeah,
more
buy
here,
more,
and
yeah.
you could go on, right? Social commerce, because e-commerce is definitely a thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And social commerce is just a simpler way to get that done, right? Another big thing for me is AI, incorporating AI in everything, AI everywhere. And I recently attended Google I.O., and that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they put in AI everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So I was able to sit in workshops, do courses, and you really see how integrated
Yeah.
that they are putting those AI tools into every aspect of marketing and communications.
Yeah.
But what I also love is that they said AI is human-centric and AI is responsible.
Okay.
And that was two takeaways for me. I was like, okay, so no fear-mongering of,
Yeah.
"You're going and burn down the place, everybody
Because you know
drop
that was
one."
a hot topic
Exactly.
earlier on in the year, even last year into this year. What is AI going to do? Is it going to take over?
And take our
jobs?
jobs.
But no, it's really just assisting us.
Yes.
It's enhancing us, making us better.
Yes, because think about it. AI has been around for quite a number of years. I would say about 15 years, right? It's just that now it is more commercialized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We, the regular people,
Could access
have
it.
accessed it.
Yeah.
But it has been
It always has been
around for some time. It doesn't have a car factory that everything is a human putting in every single bolt and screw. And no, AI powered machines. They are doing that hard work. We, the humans, are managing the process.
Yeah.
Right.
And what about any upcoming trends in PR?
PR? I have absolutely no trends in PR, but what I would say is that PR needs to accept the fact that digital is your friend.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying go and sit down and tell chat to write you up a press release. What I'm saying is that if we have in an interview, you could turn on Otter and it can transcribe that interview for you. So that's heavy lifting.
Yeah.
That is off your table
you
now.
Use that
right?
and
exactly.
massage it.
So we can incorporate these different digital aspects into our PR world to make our jobs that little bit more easier. Even the use of attaching Grammarly to your laptop. So when you're typing up fast and stuff, it can do the searching and make sure, the corrections for you. We the human side of PR would never go away because that is experience that no machine cannot learn.
Yeah.
Right? But we can utilize the machine aspect of it to make it a little easier.
That sounds good. Mixing the both digital and PR, a perfect blend.
Hopefully.
So finally, what advice would you give aspiring PR professionals and digital marketers looking to make an impact in any industry?
Learn and don't be afraid to learn. Be a consistent learner. We don't know everything. I do not know everything. In fact, every year I have to do 9 exams to ensure that I can continue saying that I am Google certified. And almost every week I'm seeing something that is new and trending and I have to learn. So we should never, in any field, sit down and feel that we have reached the pinnacle of it. There's always something new to learn. There's industry publications that you can go and utilize. The whole big internet is there for you at your fingertips. You could put a question into Chat or Gemini, which is another large language model platform, in terms of ask it a question and then go fact check it. Right? Always be curious. I think that is the best advice I could give to anybody, and especially in these fields. Always be curious, always be learning.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're going to wrap it up today. I would like to thank you for being on our podcast with us and sharing all this great details. I must say, sometimes we come across lots of things in the communications and PR sector, as well as digital marketing. And, we also have persons that don't use these platforms at all. So they're very new, they're fresh into it. And I must say, if you need to get into that, you have to get into the digital. So if you're looking for someone, just hit up LaShawn Ramden. She'll definitely help you out, even if it's that little convo to have to start you off.
Absolutely.
And of course, anything to do with data, Media InSite have it. So we can help you with that as well. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Plug in your socials, plug it in.
LaShawn Ramden, or I should say Ramden Consultancy. You can literally just put Ramden Consultancy. My SEO is tight.
Wow.
You will find us.
Wonderful. And what about ours?
And also don't forget to follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn, Media InSite Caribbean, Instagram, Media InSite Limited, YouTube, Media InSite. Check out our website at www.media-insight.com. Also, check out our Spotify, Media InSite, to listen to these podcasts on the go, and we will see you next time.
Bye for now.
Bye, guys.